pro days. Ja'Marr Chase, Kyle Pitts, Florida, LSU, respectively. A little SEC. Who's going to be the first pass catcher off the board? We say pass catcher. Kyle Pitts listed as a tight end, but he really is just an overall athlete. Ja'Marr Chase, look, he's going through his pro workout as we speak in Baton Rouge. He opted out this year because of COVID-19. Year before, Biletnikoff winner, national championship, favorite target of one Joe Burrow, who went #1 overall in last year's NFL draft. So Ja'Marr Chase, he's going to be fun to watch because people are going to be questioning whether or not his sitting out a year of football is going to hurt him. To talk about that and more, NFL analyst Ryan Clark and Dan Orlovsky. Ryan, you are there in Baton Rouge for Ja'Marr Chase's pro day. Walk us through what you've seen so far out of him.
Oh, it was absolutely spectacular. I mean, for everything you needed to see from Ja'Marr Chase at a pro day, you got that. The 41-inch vertical, 11-foot broad. You got the 4.38 in the 40, and his drills and his route running, his hands, they were absolutely spectacular throughout the whole skills section of the wide receiver drills. Ja'Marr Chase is that dude. Ja'Marr Chase is a player that steps in right away and makes your offense better, makes your team better. He was 19 years old the last time we saw him on film, and he was beating C.J. Anderson and A.J. Terrell and Trevon Diggs, who went on last year to be #1 corners in the NFL. Everything that was on display today is exactly what matches the film. I talked to a couple of coaches and to a couple of scouts out here, and they said they just wanted to see him move. But after he ran 4.3, after he showed his explosiveness in the jumps, they knew that he was that dude and that the film matched with the measurables. And so now it's time for Ja'Marr Chase to sit back, look at his handiwork, and wait for some team to call his name in the top 10.
Yeah, RC, I think the point that you make of the tape matching the measurables is the biggest thing. I mean, we knew Ja'Marr's tape was fantastic, but a lot of times guys will go have really good tape and then just test okay. So you got to ask yourself as an organization, like, is this physical limitation going to hold him back from the same tape from college transfer? And then sometimes when guys test so well, their tape doesn't match those numbers, and you're like, well, he's physically talented. Can we get him to play football really good? Ja'Marr Chase's tape is elite. His tape in his testing is elite. That's what's going to separate him from every other wide receiver in this upcoming draft, that he physically is remarkable, and he's just as impressive a football player.
Florida tight end Kyle Pitts. We're going to put him in the group of receivers because he's a pass catcher. So you've got him, you've got Chase, you've got Heisman Trophy winner Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, a bunch of pass catchers in this draft. Ryan Clark, I want you to give me the best of that group and why.
Oh, man. I mean, this is like asking you, is James Harden one of the best guards in the league? And y'all went to the same school. Of course I'm going to pick Ja'Marr Chase. But I'm actually right. I don't have to be biased to make that decision. You heard what Dan said, and I think what Dan said is most important. He played the X receiver in this offense. And every week he drew the #1 corner of the opposing SEC team or the opposing ACC champion team in A.J. Terrell and Clemson. And he just went out and whipped them. There weren't any tricks. There weren't any switch routes. They didn't have to throw screens and block up those guys. They said, here's your route. We're going to look to you first. If you win, you get the rock. And he won consistently. That's why it's Ja'Marr Chase. He will not have to be hitting to get the ball. You will not have to motion him away from Jalen Ramsey, motion him away from Stephon Gilmore. You're going to call the play and think, we expect you to win, Ja'Marr Chase, because we watched you do it enough in college, and you've shown us today that you have the measurables that will stack up against any NFL corner.
Yeah, that's like asking me if Paige Beckers is the best player in college basketball. Now, I didn't go to Florida, nor did I go to LSU. I went to UConn, obviously. I go Ja'Marr Chase. I still think Ja'Marr Chase is the best pass catcher in this draft. But if I can't get Ja'Marr Chase, I want Kyle Pitts over everybody else. And so I look at them very similarly. The thing that I would say about Kyle Pitts is he has to go to the right place for him to become Kyle Pitts. Like, he's got to go be utilized the way the Kansas City Chiefs utilize Travis Kelce, the way that the Raiders have started to utilize Darren Waller. I'm not taking Kyle Pitts and going, hey, you're just going to play a traditional tight end for us, put your fingers in the ground, we're going to zone block and run behind you. Can he do some of that? Sure. But for him to go and be the guy that I saw dominate college football last year and I felt was the second best player in the country behind Trevor Lawrence, he's got to go to the right spot. Ja'Marr Chase can go anywhere and be like, hey man, just go be the guy that we saw as a 19-year-old be dominant. And so as much as I love Kyle Pitts, Ja'Marr Chase is 1, Kyle Pitts is 2 for me.
All right, so we've got Ryan Clark with Ja'Marr Chase live on SportsCenter. RC, take it away.
Listen, Ja'Marr, you opted out this year, and you decided to come here and put everything on display. You did all the drills. You caught all the footballs. How do you think you did today, and does that say you should be the #1 pass catcher taken?
Definitely. I felt good today. You know, I came with a good mindset, stayed focused, you know, and had my tunnel vision. I think that's what kept me focused the rest of the day and competing.
So the way that you dominated in 2019, can whatever NFL team that drafts you expect the exact same thing from you early? Because if you're going to be a top 5 or a top 10 pick, that's what will be expected of you when you walk in the building. Can you provide that?
Yes, I love to work. I'm coming to a team to compete, and I want to get better. I'm hoping somebody across from me does the same.
Well, my last question is this. Are you going to bring that boot mentality?
That's already in me. It's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere.
I love it.
Ryan,
hey, it's on y'all, guys. I got to do some more work.
Stay with him real quick. I want you to ask him this question for me. What did he do? What did he do during the season to stay ready for this moment in the NFL?
Matt wants to know, what did you do throughout the season to stay ready for this moment to put your skills on display for the NFL?
Well, I did a lot of training. When I opted out, I stayed back at home, tried to get in much condition as I could, you know. After that, I went to Dallas, Texas, stayed up there for about 6 months, worked on my speed, you know, with Brent Callaway, got me right. And I came back down here 2 weeks, a week ahead, and started catching balls immediately. And I was just already in motion, back to it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.